Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your April bonus reading. My name is Kimberly from the Path Illuminated. If you are returning, thank you for your support. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell if you would like to stay up to date on when I post new content here. If you are returning, yes, you are seeing my face, trying something different, because why not? Sagittarius, as I'm recording this, it is April 14th. We're still in the middle of Aries season. And Mercury retrograde. Mercury will be in retrograde until the 25th. And then we have 2 weeks post shadow phase. We just came through the eclipse portal. We had the solar eclipse in Aries on April 8th. So I don't know how you've been feeling. My energy's been all over the place. I've been really emotional and very, very tired. It's really been a challenge because I just want to be in bed all day, but I have things to do. So I'm just taking things one day at a time, and I've had some challenges with recording your reading today. So I'm going to blame that on Mercury retrograde, and let's see what happens, shall we? All right, let's get going. Thank you, angels, spirits, and guides. Please help me in pulling the most relevant messages for Sagittarius at this time, Spirit. What are the messages for Sagittarius? This is King of Coins is the first card out. This has been consistent. I literally have tried to do your reading like 5 times, so fingers crossed. But yeah, King of Coins has been coming through in all of the readings that I have failed to complete. Okay, well, I got more cards than I wanted, but we'll get going. So King of Coins is your overall energy, Sagittarius. So I definitely have continued to get this message that you've been working hard consistently for a really long time to have the stability in your everyday life, in your home, in your finances, in your career. And the reason, like, there's this little, the sands of time thing, I don't know if that's what you call it, I always forget, indicating that this has been something you've been working on for a while. Your stability, financial, career, home-wise, has been really, really important to you, right? And this is earth energy, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. You've been really, really diligent, and it's been of the utmost importance to you. And I feel like whether you know it or not, Sagittarius, you're in a really stable place. And the reason why I say whether you know it or not is, again, we just came through this eclipse portal. We are in Mercury retrograde. And so the energy can be a little bit challenging. And I think sometimes the challenge can be that, you know, maybe there's a question about whether or not you are as stable as you want to be. But I really do feel like this card that has consistently been coming through in all the readings I wasn't able to complete is continuing to confirm that, like, keep the faith and keep doing what you've been doing, because the things you've been working on, the things you've been investing in, your consistency, your showing up every day, whether it's to the job or to your business, or if you're a content, whatever it is, it's leading to your stability. You're in a really grounded place right now. The, you know, fruits of your labor are showing themselves, you know, the leaves, the flowers, they're blooming. And so I feel like if you're not feeling this energy, this King of Coins energy, if you're feeling unstable, this energy is incoming for you. Just keep working at it, right? Keep showing up, keep being consistent. It's eventually going to come to fruition. The energy is there. Maybe you're not seeing it just yet, but if you're not seeing it yet, Sagittarius, it's on its way. And I see that all of this hard work, all of this consistency, the stability, it's ultimately leading you to 10 of Cups, which is, you know, emotional fulfillment, having all of your needs met. And I think that that's why you've been working so hard at this, is you're like, I feel that you have really been taking responsibility and accountability for the fact that you understand that you are the common denominator in your day-to-day life, in your reality, right? And that's boss energy. That's super mature and grounded in like saying, not only am I responsible for my financial stability, but I feel like that understanding is leading you to also understand that you are equally accountable and responsible for your emotional stability and fulfillment. And so I see this as indicating that you are not just showing up for work every day or, your career, your business, you're showing up for yourself. So for me, this feels very balanced. I feel like you're not only taking care of business, but you're taking care of you. You're pouring into family, friends, loved ones that care about you. You are investing in the relationships that also give back to you. So it feels like a lot of really positive, beautiful energy, honestly. You're grounded, you're stable, you're mature, and you're focused on the right things. That's, I feel like that's kind of been coming through in all the previous readings. So I love to see this, and your faith is being rewarded, Hierophant. This is like the God card. I feel like, you've been, and I also feel like that's part of this 10 of Cups. I feel like you've been investing in those rituals and routines that have been helping you to feel grounded, that have been helping you in those moments where things are rocky or challenging. And that's being encouraged here, whether it's going to church or it's meditating, or, doing yoga or journaling, whatever your spiritual practices are. They've been really helping you tap into this other part of yourself, learning how to really increase your faith through those rituals and routines, right? Whether it's, again, going to church, praying, meditating, journaling, doing yoga, whatever the practice is, that consistency is building your faith in the process, is building your faith in God, is deepening your relationship with God, with your ancestors, with your guides, with the universe, whatever you want to call it. And that's the key to your success, is this consistency. And like, how beautiful, right? That like this stability financially, career-wise, emotional fulfillment, and also like consistency in your spiritual practices. Like if that's not a trifecta there, I don't know what is, Sagittarius, but like this is telling me that you're hitting on all cylinders. You are investing in all of areas of your life that are really going to lead you to and contribute to and help you maintain this stability financially, emotionally, spiritually, and otherwise. Like this is the key to your success, is your consistency, is your faith, is your routine, right? And I feel like you've really figured something out here. Now, Ace of Wands in reverse. Again, as I mentioned, we're in Mercury retrograde. I feel like this is an indication that there might be a point, right? And all of you are going to be different because it's a general energy reading. Now, Sagittarius, if you're interested in a personal reading, click the link below. The only way to book a one-on-one with me is via my website. There might come a point in your timeline where you're kind of wondering where the offers are, where the next opportunity is, where you feel this energy and you're like, I know I'm doing the right things. I know I'm showing up, but like I'm waiting for something to come in and I can feel it, but where is it? Now, what I would say is to trust the timing of your life. Trust God's timing. If something's not coming in right now, that doesn't mean to stop believing. That doesn't mean to lose the faith. That doesn't mean that what you're doing isn't working. There are things beyond our understanding, right? And divine timing is always at play. And because Mercury is in retrograde, it may feel frustrating at times because clearly you're doing the things that you need to do. I can see that very clearly. This is a test of your faith. And part of the reason why I say that is the moon. And also we have the full moon in Scorpio coming up on April 23rd. So I think this could be a good time if there's like a speed bump, so to speak, and a moment where you're a bit triggered because something you were waiting on, an opportunity, an offer, a return on your investment, it's seemingly been slowed or stalled, or you're wondering if it's going to come in. Whatever fears you have, whatever challenge you're having to your faith, give it to God. Let it go with the full moon. Release those fears and lack of faith. The moon for me, card of Pisces, is all about faith, right? Because even on the darkest night when there is a full moon and it's shining super bright and it's beautiful and we're all trying to take pictures with our camera phones and it's not coming out quite right because it's too bright. We can't see everything. It's not the same as daylight, right? So this is going to require you to have faith in the dark and understand that the universe is only going to reveal what it needs to reveal in the moment to you. It's only going to reveal the next step. And it's a challenge to your faith. You are clearly doing all the things you need to do here for your financial stability, your career stability, your emotional stability, your spiritual stability, all of the things, you're doing it. And so that might be part of the frustration, right? But the world, the universe, God doesn't work the way that we think it should, right? We have our little human brains, and no matter how intelligent or experienced or consistent we are, there's still going to be unknowns. There's still going to be challenges and frustrations. So this is telling me that, like, if you are being triggered at some point in the next month or so, where it feels like things are stalled, trust it. And any fears or worries you have about your manifestations, about the return on investment, about offers and opportunities, let that go. Acknowledge it, right? Be honest. Say, like, I feel like my faith is being challenged right now. I feel a little bit stalled. I feel a little bit stuck. I feel a little bit uninspired. Keep showing up consistently with your rituals and routines and acknowledge it to the universe and say, look, I want to let go of this fear. I want to let go of this mistrust. I want to let go of these things that are making me feel like I can't trust, when I know that faith is about trusting when I can't see what's next, right? Trusting the timing. All right, Sagittarius. Spirit, can you give me some more insights? For Sagittarius, get a couple more cards here. Okay. This is the second time this came out too. Ace of Coins in reverse. I'll just show it to you upright. Again, I do feel like again, the universe is fully acknowledging Sagittarius. So you're doing all the things you need to do. But there is a stall in these offers and opportunities coming towards you, as referenced by the Ace of Wands in reverse and the Ace of Coins in reverse. That doesn't mean that they're not coming. It just means that for you, it's going to feel and seem like there is a slowdown. There is stagnancy. There is a blockage. Four of Swords in reverse. And I think to a certain degree, Sagittarius, maybe you've just been working really, really hard for a really long time. And the universe wants you to let go and let God, and also like learn to rest, not give up. Although I do think that's going to be the challenge, because Four of Swords is a card of resting, pulling back, of like learning how to pull your energy back. And I think that like your initial inclination is going to be to do more. And the universe is saying, no, that's not the answer. The answer is not to work harder. The answer is to dig deeper and ask yourself, are you trying to force this to happen? Versus leaning into your faith and trusting divine timing and trusting that if something has seemingly slowed down, it may feel that way to your human, to your ego. Understanding that like the wisdom's actually going to come and pulling back and taking a step back and resting and doing a little bit less so that you can show God, show the divine that you do trust the process, even when like your ego, your human wants to keep pushing it and forcing it. you're going to struggle with that. I think if you can really lean into that wisdom, though, you are going to gain a lot of clarity through this process. I feel like this is really going to help you crystallize the wisdom of your faith. The challenges that happen, the slowdowns, the stagnation, the speed bumps, the triggers to your faith. If you can really lean into it and instead of resisting it, surrender to it and say like, okay, I really want to trust the timing of my life. I really want to go with the flow. I want to stop trying to do the most, because the reason I'm being motivated to do the most right now is because my ego's triggered. Because my ego is like, well, if it's not happening, I have to force it. But what I'm seeing here is that you're meant to trust the slowdown, and that there is wisdom and downloads and insights that are going to come to you if you can choose to go within, to trust the timing and to trust this process. Like your intellect, your wisdom, your strategic mind is actually going to grow through this process. There is something big that the universe wants to teach you about being with the flow, about understanding that you already have a firm foundation. And being consistent is one thing, like consistency, stay consistent, but doing more is not necessarily the answer. I don't know if that makes sense. It's like you have the foundation, you have the rituals, you have the routines, you're showing up consistently. Keep doing that. Don't lose faith in the process. But doing more, when you start to get triggered and when it feels like things aren't happening as quickly as you want them to, doing more and forcing things is not the answer. The universe actually wants you to grapple with your need to do more when it's asking you to trust more. To trust that what you're doing is enough, because that's like coming through really, really strongly here. All right, angel spirits and guides, what additional advice, insights can you give me for Sagittarius for this particular situation? Seven of Wands. Protect your peace. When your faith is triggered, when your trust in the process is triggered, there may be other people that come as examples of that trigger, if that makes sense. Like you're going through your own process of like asking yourself, I know I'm doing everything I need to do. Do I need to do more? Like, why isn't this happening? And you're trying to learn how to trust the process and flow, not force. And then there might be, people in your surroundings that also are like, oh, hey, when is that going to happen? Why hasn't this happened yet? Like, don't take advice from people, Sagittarius, that you wouldn't trade places with. Understand when somebody's give you unsolicited advice and when they're criticizing you and they have no right to. Protect your peace. Don't allow the criticisms and judgment of other people to take you off your path of what you know you're doing. To tell you like, oh, I don't think what you're doing is working. Just because things are slowing down doesn't mean that they're not coming towards you. Right? So protect your peace. Make sure you're not taking advice from people that have no business giving you advice, right? Protect your energy. This is also something that came up in some of the other readings that I didn't complete. There's probably going to be some triggers from the past. It is Mercury retrograde. I think that whenever this seeming slowdown happens and your faith is challenged, it's going to bring up old wounds, old fears, past disappointments where things didn't work out, and maybe you judged yourself because you were at a different place though, right, Sagittarius? You're not the same person you used to be. But when triggers from the past come up or fears from the past come up, it's important to understand your frame of mind when referencing the past. Other people disappointing you or letting you down is not a reflection on your worthiness. Other people disappointing you, breaking your heart, disrespecting you, letting you down is a reflection on them. But let it fortify the fact and remind you that you have a big heart and you deserve people that support you and honor you and respect you. And anything that hasn't worked out has been working for you, even if in the moment it didn't feel like it, right? Because you see these 3 cups, right, that are spilled over. There's 2 cups back here. So it's like when the past comes for a visit, acknowledge how far you've come. Acknowledge that, yeah, I cared. That's not something to be ashamed of. And you know what? I still have people that support me, like real friends, real family, real loved ones, real opportunities. Look what I overcame. Instead of crying over spilled milk, understand that anything that's not working out or has not worked out has happened to help you have better discernment about who is worth your time, energy, and resources, right? It's about a frame of mind. The world. If you can get through this process, it's the end of an old way, and it's the start of something new where you are really going to come into your own. I definitely have felt that throughout the reading and through some of the other readings, that this is about you really stepping into who you were always meant to be and learning to trust the process again. That you've learned all these lessons for a reason. That any slowdown, any stagnation, any trigger of your faith, right, is just going to help you build confidence, not just in your process, in your rituals and your routines, but in your faith, in yourself and what you're capable of. And you're going to have an opportunity to shine really brightly, and people are going to notice your glow up. You're already, again, doing the things that you need to do, and you're trusting in God, you're trusting in your guides, you're trusting in the process, but that doesn't mean that there isn't still work to do. And this is about really fortifying, I feel like fortifying and grounding in your faith, in yourself, and in the process, and in divine timing, for sure. Can I get another card here for Sagittarius? The Chariot. Things will start to move forward. You are going to gain momentum. Yes, stay consistent. Keep doing what you've been doing. But when things start to feel like they're restricted and slowed down, it's not about doing more. It's about believing more in the process. Trusting when things slow down. Trusting the timing. Knowing that whatever's happening is happening to teach you something deeper that you didn't realize. And when the time is right, you will know. You will know without a shadow of a doubt, Sagittarius, that it's time to go. So when the slowdown happens, when the frustration happens because you're like, where is it? I know I'm showing up consistently. I'm, trusting the process. I'm leaning into my faith. I'm doing the rituals and the routines. It's to help you build more faith and confidence in yourself. And all of these challenges and seeming restrictions and slowdowns eventually are going to subside once you can get through this process. But this is a process of you actually learning to have more confidence in yourself and in your path forward, because it's going to look different for you than it does for anyone else, Sagittarius. So I really like this energy, Sagittarius. Again, keep doing what you're doing. There's going to be some bumps in the road. There's going to be some challenges to your faith, but ultimately these things are they're actually helping to prepare you, even if it doesn't feel that way in the moment. Trust, keep the faith. All right. I have a card here from the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit, and we have Camel. Thank you again for being here, Sagittarius. I hope the messages are supportive for you at this time. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know how this energy is showing up for you. Let me just find Camel. Resourceful, independent, knows oneself. The camel can handle absolutely anything as it carries a wealth of nourishment within. This wondrous creature is self-reliant and handles challenges with ease, even in the face of excess heat, judgment, or anger. The camel searches inside for the cool elixir of water to calm the situation. The camel represents the ultimate form of bringing opposites into balance, fire and water. and being responsible for one's own reactions. The camel is a wonderful traveler and is especially fond of trips to faraway lands. When in balance, calm, content, sparkle in the eye. When out of balance, dehydrated, lacks vitality. To bring into balance, a pilgrimage. I feel like this is going to be a pilgrimage within. I think, again, this is just going to deepen your own confidence and faith in the process and in your routines, Sagittarius. So keep showing up for yourself. Keep trusting the process. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.